Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all in the country and around the world. How are you today? How are you today? I'm Esteban. I am your host of the Esteban Hours Week in Review and Sound Off. This is Sound Off. How you like my singing? Okay. On today's Caliente, we are talking about the Philadelphia looting and stealing and breaking into that Apple store that has gone viral on the internet. Yes, everyone was able to see exactly what Philadelphians did to this Apple store. And there are a lot of different opinions going around as to why they did this and whether it was right or wrong. We're going to discuss that tonight. We're going to give our opinions on whether we thought that was right or wrong. But before we do that, let's bring in our panel co-host and activist and co-contributor, co-producer Jeremy Baker, host of Vita Talks and radio personality Vita, and co-contributor and author T. Price. Welcome, everybody.
What's going on? Good to be back.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello. Did you like my
Jazz hands, jazz hands.
All right. Okay, let's get down to business. This was special. This was special. Now, we've seen these things before. We have. So it's not not a shocking element of seeing this. It's just, oh my God, are they doing this again? type of
right
thing. And then it's the way that it's going down. Play that clip.
Oops, sorry, got sidetracked for 1 second here.
Tonight, Philadelphia police were prepared for the possibility of another round of looting. Extra patrols blanketed parts of Center City, including Walnut and Chestnut Streets. And while many stores were still cleaning up from the chaos, others decided to close early over safety concerns, as authorities continue to round up last night's looters, including the alleged ringleader. It is Wednesday night, and the big story in Action News is the continued fallout from last evening's looting in and around Philadelphia. Tonight, there are increased police patrols helping to keep the peace throughout the city.
Yeah. Now, there was an increased police presence during and after this looting situation because it was really, it was a lot. We have another clip, but the other clip that you have actually doesn't show exactly what they did. So I think I'm going to show my reel that I created.
Perfect.
It's a couple of minutes, so everyone be patient, hang in there, and we'll meet you back on the other side. Play that clip. Why is she screaming like she just won the lottery?
It's happening! 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 Oh my mama's happening! Oh my God, mama! Oh my God!
Screaming for your mama, really? While you're out stealing?
Oh my God! Oh my God! It's happening! It's happening! It's happening! This is real! This is real! God won! God won! God won! God won! God won!
Are they that ignorant not to know they're stealing and vandalizing from one of the most high-tech corporations in the world? You could be tracked, stupid. This is bad. This is very, very bad and should not be condoned by anyone. Vandalizing, stealing, and violence in your own community does not help. I don't care if you're poor. I don't care if you're frustrated with the economy, with politics. This is not the answer and never the answer. This only hurts your community and in the long run will hurt them too.
Look, security running.
Oh shit, I saw
Yeah,
it. Yo, listen.
next.
And now they're breaking devices after finding out they can be tracked. How the hell didn't you know that already?
Right.
And the blatantness of doing this in public, on tape, is bewildering to me.
Yo, what's that sound? What's that sound? What's that sound?
That's the free.
Oh shoot, everybody throwing free iPhones. Let me see the iPhone. Oh my god, I want that. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my god, go to iPad too. They check the iPad too. They check. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Phones, bro, y'all gotta break it. That's what they tracking us, bro.
Don't try this at home.
Oh, this is crazy. Oh my god, this is crazy. Ain't nothing. Oh my god, all these iPhones. And they still going on. Oh my god. Put that shit. Oh my god.
And the saddest thing for me in all of this is that these folks got nothing. Such a waste of time. And they damaged private property. However, this is going to be used as receipts to gaslight the rhetoric by some. And that's the unfortunate thing about all of this. Thanks, guys.
For more, tune into the Esteban Hour on all social media platforms below at the Esteban Hour.
Nice. I like it.
Thank you. Okay. So you guys and gals actually were able to see what went on and what really
Crazy.
happened. So you can see how crazy that was. So the girl that was in the clip there, 21-year-old Deja Blackwell, she was arrested along with 52 other people. They even chased a couple of people that were on foot while they were in the cars chasing after them. I mean, it was a dramatic scene over there in good old Philadelphia. Okay, I want to get your takes on it. Let's go with Ovita and then T.
Yeah. I never understood, even back in the day, looting in your own neighborhood. That never made sense to me. Why would you destroy your own place of residence? I just don't know where your head. Do you think if they don't care about, if you're trying to get people's attention and all that, it's not burning up where you stay or things that's going to diminish your community all of that stuff? That don't make sense. If they don't care about you, they don't care about your community. Why would you destroy the community? What is that for? They just doing it. Just young people, sometimes they need to think. I mean, chop it up to their I would say youth. In their understanding. They were young people. I don't get that train of thought. It's burning up your community to get the government to pay attention to you. They don't care about that. I just never understood that. Help me to understand, people.
Help us all, God. Help us all.
It's like those climate activists that glue themselves to shit. Like, what? Why did you throw tomato soup on a painting for climate change? That makes no sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I get it, though. Like, as a person who is financially destroyed at the moment, I understand the desperation that people can have when they want something that other people have and they don't, if you don't have it, you see all these other people living this beautiful life with nice devices, nice clothes. This is what happens when you don't take care of your population. Okay. This is going to keep happening. People want a better life. And if you don't give them that better life, they act out. And this is the result.
T.
I still don't understand the hype when it comes to iPhones. I'm a joy
Me
user.
too. Yes.
I'm joy. Like, my son keeps trying to talk me into getting an iPhone, and I'm like, you see what just happened? Like, no, I don't need nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's sad. It's comical. It's very disturbing when you think about the mentality of the youth today,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the result of, regardless if it's tied to economics, or whatever it may be, still, like, what did you gain?
Right.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. And then one of the other pieces that kind of bothers me about the whole thing, and the person that they're putting it on to say that she was the ringleader as far as the social media outlets and streaming it live, is how they identified her as the plus size Philadelphia influencer called Meatball.
Did they really? I didn't catch that.
Is that really her? Is that really her social media handle? Please tell me it's not Meatball.
All I know is that I read, and she was being identified as the plus size Philadelphia influencer known as Meatball.
I gotta look this up. right
My
now.
thing is, why go there? Call her by her name, and
Right?
leave the other stuff alone. It's bad enough that took place, but to call her plus size Philadelphia influencer known as Meatball,
which is AKA for fat. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Okay. Let's keep it real. And the news stations didn't want anyone attacking them, so they decided to use the word plus size, which is ridiculous and comedic, because you're already talking about how she looted, stole, and ran amok.
Yeah.
I don't think if you called her fat is gonna make any difference.
Does it though? Doesn't the nickname Meatball kind of cover the fat part? Like,
Hello?
do you have to say plus size and meatball? Like, it's just like calling a person fat twice. Like, for real.
They always do that. That always happens. They always have to separate the skinny from the fat. I mean, come on. It's just a just talk about the person. What does weight have to do with
Just leave it right there and what happened, but they're adding more to it than it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? All jokes aside, people out here still got feelings. We still operate off emotions and things of that nature. But to come and tag it the way they did by calling her a plus size influencer and a meatball, for me, that was overkill. She did enough already.
Yeah.
But everything else, like, no.
My opinion is you're right. Those stereotypes are totally wrong, out of line and out of place. However, she had no business being there. She had no business being on video, and whatever she got is good for her.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
That's my.
I agree.
Nobody would have called her a meatball. Nobody would have called her plus size. None of that would have happened.
Right.
If she wasn't there.
Burglaries used to make sense. You know what I mean? You get a ski mask on so nobody knows who you are. You break in, you take some shit, and then you leave. You don't live stream the goddamn thing. Like, Judge, that wasn't me. Yeah, it was you.
Right. And like T said, and I think Ovita mentioned as well, what's wrong with these young people? What in the hell is wrong with these young people? Okay, it's one thing to want to put your life out there and put your face out there, eating your dinner and all that, but to go and vandalize and loot, I don't get it. I don't. All 52 of those people belong in jail, and not for looting. I mean, for looting, but not for looting. Just for having your ass on national television, okay, and on live, your ass belongs locked up.
Is this a trend? Is this a trend that's going on?
Right. It's
like, I've been seeing this more and more. These large smash and grabs where they'll just run into like a shoe store, grab a bunch of shit, and run out, and you can't
and the big time purses, like they're doing that at the malls as well. California. They're going to get the real deal Gucci and Chanel bags and all of that's going on. But like I was reading too, it was talking about I don't know if it was police chief or undercover or whatever, but they have a team selected that actually monitors social media. And they claim that sometimes they get ahead of what's about to happen before it even happens. So if this happened already once, why weren't they already prepared and ready for when that last one happened?
So
or if another one is going to happen at another state even. You know what I'm saying? So they're putting it out there as though they have these teams put together. They're watching social media. They're looking for certain words that people are using in between each one of their messages to grasp and put together a whole timeline and a whole picture frame of what's coming up next, the location, what time, what they're going for. So if you got these many police officers on the street protecting one store, what's going on with the other stores? Anybody over there? So who's to say that these particular teenagers aren't smart enough to send the police way across town, but yet they over here getting ready to hammer it because they did their job.
Good
Hold on, I'm taking notes. Hold up.
Yeah.
Say it again. How do we do this? This
is concerning to me.
The teenagers, the young people these days between the age of 18 to 25, 26, somewhere in there, they can kick rocks on a lot of things, but at the end of the day, they're smart when it comes to this bullshit that they're out here doing. Oh, yeah. Like they really can put some stuff together in order to make it work. It may not make sense to us, but collectively to them, it makes sense. And they go for it, and it actually happens. So who's to say that while they dropping information on social media for a particular location, they're not sending police officers on a wild goose chase? Because they know they're going to show up and be there waiting on them while they're across town hitting the main location that they want to hit.
Right. And for the record, we want to get out there, for all of us from the Esteban Hour, we want to get out there these people's points, okay? We made the point that what they did was wrong and was bad. It's embarrassing on Americans. It's embarrassing on Black people. It's embarrassing on the state of Philadelphia. However, their point is they're tired. They're tired of being ignored. They're tired of living paycheck by paycheck, trying to figure out where their next meal is going to come from, while they're watching the elitists and the rich and the leaders and the CEOs and managers of the corporations, while they're watching them go in and out of vacations and buying new cars every couple of years and living in mansions and big houses. They're tired. They're tired. And their point of all of this is to say, if you're not going to do something about it, if you're not going to hear us, this is what we're going to do. And I think to a point, they know that this is going to get nowhere. And they may even know that they're going to get into trouble for this, but they don't care. They want it on record what their actions are. And their actions are, we're going to damage your property and cost you thousands or millions of dollars if you're not going to share more with us.
Yeah, I feel it. I mean, the strain of being broke is tough. Makes you do crazy shit. People do stupid shit for money or toys or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they say that the next thing, they say that people really shouldn't be so angry at this, because the next thing that's coming is you and I getting hit up or robbed on the corner. That's the next thing that's coming. Home robberies. I believe that. What do you think?
Ovita, I think, wanted to say something.
I want to say this. I didn't have a great start. I grew up in the 80s. Both of my parents was on crack and all that. I went through that stage. And where is it that some people want instant gratification, instant things, and you looking at people having all this stuff. What did they do to get it? What did they do to get it? You're gonna have to get you an education. You're gonna have to. It's young people that's starting businesses. That's 21. That's millionaires. You're gonna have to get off your butt and do something about it. And I'm not talking about going to loot. Loot is not gonna help you either. Sometimes we want an excuse to do bad to get good results. Do something positive that's going to get you positive results. Stop spending your money on them iPhones. Stop spending your money on them Gucci bags. Stop buying those Jordans. That's how you're going to make a difference. You're not going to make a difference destroying the community. That is ludicrous. The people back in the day that marched, they were marching for good things, not to have iPhones and cars and stuff like that. You work for that. But if you want equal opportunities, do the right thing. Y'all stop going and using that as an excuse to steal and to tell businesses that people built off their backs and built off your money too, because you crazy enough to go spend $2,000 on a cell phone, $2,000 on shoes, but you ain't got no money in the bank. You could go get you don't even have to go to college. Go get your certificate. You can make as much money. That's not an excuse, y'all. Stop that to go and steal. You're really falling into the hands of what they want you to do. They don't want you to, certain people don't want to see you exceed. That you're falling to the stereotypical types that they say, oh, this is what y'all know how to do, steal and beat up and rob and kill. Not that y'all too smart for that. You too smart for that. Do something that's going to bring a positive outcome, you all. That's not the way to do it. I'm talking from a parents. I'm whooping them with my words, y'all. I feel like they mama.
I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps. I felt like I was in trouble for a second.
I feel like America's mama. I feel like we'll spank your butt.
Absolutely right. Stop spending your money on these $1,000 items that you can't afford, and you ain't got no money in the bank. But that made me think of the thought that, could that be why they're looting that store? Because they can't afford the $1,500 phone and they really want it?
It's a possibility.
It is.
Well, I didn't think about that. I'm just thinking about that probably was the store in the proximity. You know what I'm saying? That probably was the nearest store to wherever they were. And they probably taking frustration out on that particular location. But you need to direct it a different way, you know.
Could you imagine?
And then we got to teach our children that material things don't make you who you are. You got to be confident in who you are because of who you are, not because of what you possess. That's what they listen to all these stars, these rappers and all that, and they are identify themselves with things. That's not who you are. It's what you wear and what you have. That's what make it dangerous, is that people are putting stock into them, you know, what they wearing. That's not who you are.
It's very true, but this is a different time. This is a different generation. This is a generation of social media where a lot of these kids, because my kids are the same way, they have a sense of entitlement. Really? They have Lord. Where they feel like, no, they're supposed to have an iPhone. They're supposed to have that Gucci bag. No, they can't walk. You got to drive them to the train because you got to walk. Yes. My own children act that way, and I have to tell them, like you said, Ovita, my ass came from poverty, came from welfare, came from food stamps. That's all I know about. Okay, we didn't have pizza and Chinese food and eating out and hanging out. We don't know what any of that is about. Car, we walked for miles to get to where we had to
literally
with my mother. Okay, when we went food shopping, we would walk a mile or so just to get to the supermarket, and then with the carriage, lugged all that crap all the way home. And then we lived on the fourth floor with no elevator, so we had to bring it on. These kids today feel like they are entitled to all of these material possessions that are out here. Flat screen TVs. Not one of us had a damn flat screen television when
we had them big body Berthas back then, baby.
Yeah, we had like a 15-inch and it weighed 150 pounds.
Thank you. Listen, when I introduced
who was the parents' remote?
When I introduced my daughter one day a black and white television, she died. She almost died. She was like, what? Black and white. Oh, Dad, stop playing with me. I'm not playing.
Yeah. But we live in a generation where, think about it, they don't know fax machines. They don't know rotary phones. Like, if you put these kids in a room and told them that the only way to escape is to fax this paper to somebody, They would die.
Oh Lord.
Nice. Wait,
You know
hold
what, Jeremy?
Hold your
They
thought,
got.
Alita.
Oh,
Hold your
sorry.
thought, Alita.
Sorry.
How about you see how now we get on the internet and we get on the internet, boom, we on the
Oh,
internet.
instantly.
Who remembers? Who remembers that? AOL.
Yeah, who
Chat
made a
room.
phone call? Damn it, I'm on the internet. Who called somebody?
Right. Because as soon as somebody pick up the phone, your line gets disconnected.
Yes,
Who
exactly.
remembers that?
I remember
Yeah.
that.
Right? Go ahead, Ovita.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was saying now they could. Now Jeremy was asking if they know how to fax. Now you just got to Google it. How do you send a fax?
Right?
Okay, and then say you Google everything. They just got to
It's so
Google.
easy now.
I know. Yeah, just Google it. Everything
We
is
had
at your.
to
Yeah,
learn.
that's
We
true.
had to learn everything the hard way, and
Yeah.
that includes information and labor-wise. We had to learn it
Yeah.
the hard way, and a lot of these
Yeah.
kids today, they get angry if you tell them, of something that they got to do that mimics what we had to do. They get angry. And
They do. They
I
do.
just don't understand it.
I don't care.
But
I just have to ask the
Can I say
question,
that?
like,
Oh, okay.
when I used to be in the school system, when I was teaching, I made sure I made a point to bring back information from my era to my students. What's going on today in the classroom? Because from my son's point of view, his perspective, he's like, they don't teach nothing no more to these kids. Absolutely nothing. You can have a conversation with these 18 to 25-year-olds today, right now. They're not teaching financial literacy.
No.
They're not teaching entrepreneurship in high school or even in junior high school,
right,
which I feel they need to start at junior high.
Oh, yeah.
In setting that seed, planting that seed, as they're approaching the high school years, put something positive on their mind to get them started. Because this right here that's going on with the looting, this isn't going to stop. Not with no iPhone, not with the Jordans, not with the Gucci purses, not with the jewelry, because they had the looting of all the jewelry stores too, remember?
Yes.
Because now it's so fashionable to be iced out on both your wrists, your earrings, and your necklace, and your Gucci belt with the diamond outline on your belt. I mean, it's not going to stop because it's so influential when it comes to social media. Social media is not going nowhere. It's going to get even bigger.
Oh, it is.
Yes. And my daughters piss me off when they say to me, "But Daddy, you have it. But Daddy, what about you?" And I say, I got a job, little girl, and I got 20 years of working and 20 years of savings. Get out of my face with that.
Yeah, for real. That's real talk. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And in defense of Philadelphia, it is not just Philadelphians that do this. This has happened all around the country and in many other towns, cities, and states. Correct? Not just Philadelphia.
Yes.
Correct.
You got the last word, Ovita.
I raised my son. I let him wear the Mickey Mouse shoes I started buying him name brand stuff when he got older. Like, and I knew how to shop. But with him, when he turned 18 and 19 and he didn't want to go to school, and then he didn't want I stopped buying him stuff. I stopped. Since you don't want to go to school, you got to get a job. I'm not taking care of grown man. They're doing what we allowed them to do a lot of the times. I said, I didn't raise you like that. And to this day, I don't know. I think I just bought him a little sweater and that's been a long time. No, you take care. If you going to school or to a trade program, something that's going to help you in the future, I got you. I'm gonna help support you, but I'm not gonna support a grown man. If you're not gonna go and better yourself, buddy, that you go buy your own drip. Go buy your own drip, your own Jordans, your own Louis Vuitton. Right. I do not do it. No, we got to help them out. We got to.
You're right.
You gotta cut them
right.
strings.
I made the mistake because I was raised in poverty. I told myself that my children would never long for anything and would never want anything. And I made that mistake of giving my children everything. My children did not long for nothing. But when they became teenagers, they became spoiled little brats. And I had everybody in my ear. This is your fault. This is your fault. Of course. and they were right. So I would get upset, but to a point because I taught them that.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a daddy though. You're a daddy of girls.
I'm a daddy of girls. That makes it even worse. That makes it even worse because they had the ability to.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I'm a daddy's girl. At 40, I'm a daddy's girl. I know. At 47, I'm still a daddy's girl.
Hey, continue. I love it. I love it. But we do get angry. We know.
I was going to say something inappropriate.
We know you playing us.
Yeah, I was going to say something inappropriate. I'm going to keep it to myself.
Well, you can text it to me later.
Yeah.
Right. Text it to us all.
No, Mom, I got her like for a second there. Sorry. Okay, I'm good. I'm back.
I appreciate you all for coming on. And thank you, Avita and T.
No
this
problem.
is our first sound off, I believe, that both beautiful ladies joined Jeremy and I
Nice.
for a fitting topic as well. Because you guys are mothers, y'all are women, and you totally get it and understand what these youths and young ones are going through, and we all came from humble beginnings, so we can also understand what these looters and these young people are feeling at that moment, even though we all agree that it was wrong. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming on.
Always a pleasure.
Your opinions with us. Okay. There's nothing else more to say. We've said it all. Looting, stealing, violence, damaging private property is always wrong, no matter what the content is, the defense is. It's wrong, period, and should never be done. However, we're living in a time where people are fed up. They're fed up over their own economic and financial situations. They're fed up with the political warfare that's going on in Congress. They're fed up with their local leaders. They're just fed up, period, because they're struggling. And they've been struggling for years and years and years. And so that's what all of this boils down to, for everyone to not just go against them and berate them for what they did, but at the same time equally find it within your heart to understand their point of view. But they all deserve to suffer the consequences and pay the accountability for their actions. Please like and follow at the Esteban Hour on all social media platforms, and please share the live. Have a blessed week. Thank you for joining us. Our coverage continues. If you have a goal that you've achieved or accomplished today, don't forget to say it to yourself,